And now, the
Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Big D and Bubba.
Here we go.
They have a show 5 days a week, but they don't get to say everything that's on their mind.
We do,
so
actually.
They have an extra one.
Don't need it.
That's how we get the podcast.
Well, we do it anyway.
The podcast. Big D and Bubba's podcast. The podcast. The podcast.
Big D and Bubba's Podcast.
What episode is this?
59.
Something like that.
300.
I don't know.
600.
Okay.
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
Oh, that's a
Wow,
good one.
what was that?
That's a
That's a
gold.
good one. It's a good
We had
goal.
I know. Play it again.
Okay, here we go.
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
I have
Now,
no-
let's take that. Let's really break that down.
I know.
Okay.
There's something you haven't heard that or something heard that. I heard that part.
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
You haven't heard that.
On Day Conquer Nake.
For
You
nothing
haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
or nothing?
Is it nothing?
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
What?
Go ahead.
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
Man, you're...
Oh, my linguistic skill popping.
That is amazing. All I know is whenever we were talking to
know.
this person,
Yeah.
I looked at D and he looked at me and we both went, gold.
Gold.
Okay, so we think it's.
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
That's it.
I can't think of anything else. it
I
would be.
think that's the best.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm coming in strong.
Now,
They're
do
bringing me
you-
in
I
to
mean-
decipher the unintelligible stuff.
Daycog or nothing could be it too. Watch.
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
It's TikTok.
What's a
How do you
date
not-
dog?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
TikTok.
I'm just making
But
it
it's-
up.
Yeah, of course. You're
I mean-
making things up.
But if I say Daycog, it sounds like Daycog or
No.
nothing.
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
No,
See?
I
Or
still hear-
nothing?
I still hear
Or-
TikTok.
It's and it even it's not even. She is.
She's not saying TikTok. She
she's saying-
means TikTok.
but she's saying
But
TikTok.
she's saying that.
I don't know
So,
what's
Ornate?
going on here. All I know
Ornate?
is that
Fantastic.
it is a great gold, and it is so welcome in the addition into the gold category. I mean,
That's a good one.
sometimes I will be honest, we will go a week or two without getting them. Things just don't become golds by default. They have to be voted upon.
Yeah.
There has to be two of us that agree that that's a gold.
Yeah.
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
And the fact that we couldn't understand it, like literally Big D titled it VGHHJ. In other words, garbled. Like there's no...
Listen, golds don't grow on trees.
No, they don't.
We gotta find them.
Nor do PlayStation 5s. I am
Oh, how are you
still...
looking?
So I have an app that tells me when they go on sale, and I'm in line right now for one.
You're getting
I have been in line. This is like the fourth time I've been in line for a PlayStation 5 in recent memory. We'll see.
Why don't you just go buy one?
Because
they
you
don't.
can't.
They can't find them. They're nowhere.
Okay, I was supposed to get one for Christmas last year. Couldn't find them. And I have always, every single PlayStation that's ever come out, since the PlayStation 1, I've always gotten them on day one. It's been a years that it's been out, and I haven't been able to get one.
Do you play yours now? You play?
Oh
play
yeah,
often
dude.
enough to-
I have different PlayStations hooked up to different TVs. I have a PlayStation 3 that I have hooked up that I still use on a regular basis, at least 2 to 3 times a week, because it's the only system that plays 2 games that I really love. One is called Super Puzzle Fighter. It's like Battle Tetris, and my wife and I will play it. It's fun.
And build a pizza.
No. NCAA Football 14 is on there.
Oh yeah. That's
You ain't heard of that on TikTok or nothing?
Yeah, no,
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
Anyway, but and then I got the PS4, which I have all my games for that. But now with the PS5, I haven't bought any games whatsoever. Normally, I would have bought games over the past 6 to 8 months, but I haven't bought any because I'm like, well, I don't want to buy a PS4 game because the PS5's coming out. Even though they're backwards compatible, I want to get the next generation of games and move forward.
I talked to people who said that they had the 5 and they didn't think it was all that. Like it was kind of like,
Man, I've seen video after video after video online on
Yeah,
YouTube and
that's
things like
them
that
trying
where
to sell
it's amazing looking. Like it's crazy.
I haven't. Did you see the videos on TikTok or not? Then?
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
No, I
Okay.
have not.
I didn't know. I just wanted.
I do want to say this. If somebody has one for actual price and they're willing to sell it to me for actual price, let's talk. You can reach out at Bubba Radio on my socials. Thank you. But no, I'm not going to buy. And that's the problem, too. They sell them for under, it's like $4.99, I think, for the one that I want. And what happens is people buy them, and then you can't get them anywhere except through that person as a secondary marketplace on Amazon, Walmart, eBay, etc. But they're like $1,200, and I'm not paying that. That's insane. Yeah. I got a house note, people.
Yeah, that's right.
I got a house note.
Yeah.
Or you could just stop playing video games because you're a grown-up.
What? I don't do that.
What are you talking about?
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
No, I have not.
No, they play it all the time.
Oh, they do?
Crazy
On
garbled
TikTok?
nuts. Nothing.
Dig Dog.
Dig Dog.
Dig
Oh,
Dug.
it's
Oh,
Dig
remember
Dog.
Dig Dug?
You ever played
Oh,
that
I
on
love-
Dig Dog or nothing?
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
Nah, it's still
Yes,
TikTok, but I did love me some Dig Dug.
Yeah, I was good
Remember
at
that,
game.
man? Blowing them up, blowing up the little.
I still play Dig Dug because it is a downloadable game that I got on my PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it's also those. You get the ones where they have like all the different retro games.
Oh,
that
the
you can,
preloaded
Yeah,
deals?
those are
Those
pretty
suck,
cool.
though. They're not
I don't
cool,
have
man.
one of those because
I have one for the Nintendo, and it's just none of the good stuff's on there except Mario. Mario's
I
kinda
will
cool.
tell you, I haven't had a Windows computer at home. And
No, I'm talking about the little.
no,
like,
I know.
preloaded little
But I was
Nintendo
I
thing.
have a place I'm going with this. I haven't had a Windows computer at home in forever. I mean, probably since the first iMac came out, like way back in the day, the ones with the colors and things. I'm willing to get one for that new flight sim that's out. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
They use Google Maps, Patrick, to show instead of while you're in the air and you're flying over computer generated, ground terrain. No, it's Google Maps.
Yeah,
you can fly
it's-
over your house and
it's
you're like,
satellite
"Yep, that's
photos.
my house."
It's satellite
Yeah, I've
photography.
seen it.
It's unbelievable.
I watched
crazy.
I watched a video. It was on TikTok or something, and it was about a guy who he did a transatlantic flight in like some big airplane on Flight Sim, and he did it in real time. And he had an air mattress, and he slept on the floor, and then he would wake up every 15, 20, 30 minutes or so and just make sure the autopilot was right and get back on course right. And then
Why do you have to wake up every 15 to 20 minutes if you set
He
your
did.
autopilot?
Because,
I
Because
mean,
he's a
you
nerd.
autopilot is.
It's not. No, it's not. Mine never was.
Yours drifted? I don't
yeah.
know. Well,
you didn't even have one. You're talking like you're an expert.
The Tecnam I flew. The Tecnam I have flown
Okay.
has a great autopilot, and it's got the.
Listen, this guy is asleep. He's doing it. It's 18 hours, and yeah, he's gonna wake up every 30 minutes to go do this. Let's don't split hairs here. And so anyway, the video shows him. He's on his final approach after flying for 18 hours to Thailand, and his computer crashed.
No. That's kind of how I feel with this
terrible.
PlayStation. I'm waiting. It says I'm in line,
You're
and
not
it
in
says
line.
we're going to verify your account and
No,
check for
they're not.
available inventory. I've got a little blue bar.
I can't
What
believe
you
of all
can't
people,
see.
I can't believe you fell for this. What app is this?
Yeah.
No, this is actually the stores app. This isn't the alert app. This is the stores app, and now they're doing a queue like you're buying tickets on Ticketmaster. And so it has me in the
Much
queue.
like Carson trying to buy Garth Brooks tickets,
Yeah.
you, my friend, are not
I'm
going
probably
to get
going to
the
fail, but
PlayStation 5.
I don't think you can see it, but there's a little spinning thing on that blue bar. There's a little
See
spinning
it.
deal, and it is just going and going and going. I've been in queue for 45 minutes.
You know how else is going? Your PlayStation 5 is
To some
going
kid
away to
in
someone else.
Bolivia.
Yeah, and then he's going to sell it on eBay to you because at some point you'll give up.
No,
and
no.
you'll spend
Dude, never quit.
$700 on it. Yeah, you will.
No, I won't.
Yeah, you will.
No, if I would, I would
Patrick,
have
will
already
he?
done it.
Will he do
you
that?
of all people, both of you know.
No,
I am
no,
I
no.
am.
Yeah, you say that.
Stubborn.
Nope. Yep, you say that until you're not,
Okay.
and then you'll go. Just forget it. I'm just going to do it. I'm tired of. And then you'll come with your excuse to be like, "Listen, I was supposed to get this last Christmas.
Right.
Now I was supposed to get it at my birthday. I'm not going. I deserve it, and you do. You do
I
deserve
do
it.
deserve it.
And you should pay the extra $200. I know you've got it, and just go buy it, and that way you have it.
Dude, I'm cheap and stubborn. I'm gonna hold out.
No,
and I'm gonna pay.
you're not.
I'm gonna
cheap?
pay the.
You're not cheap. You keep saying that.
I am.
No,
dude,
you're not.
I
You
am
buy
Bubba's
cars.
cheap about weird
You
things,
buy
but not
cars.
cheap about a lot of
Oh,
stuff.
my gosh.
Big expenses. I'm not cheap on.
Well, then you're not cheap.
Well, no, but I'm saying for the most. Well, I'm cheap on all the little stuff, dude. I will sweat over 20 cents. I'll be picking up a can of whatever it is at the store, and I'm like, well, this one's 20 cents cheaper. I'll get that one.
Yeah, he does that, but then he wastes money on dumb stuff.
I'm not buying Dr. Pepper. I'm getting Captain Pepper.
Captain
Dude,
P.
I get the store brand soft drinks. I do.
We know.
Oh my gosh! And their whole thing of I'm gonna pull it up of the list of
Fake Dr. Pepper.
fake cola names.
I am so bad about that,
Oh
man.
my God, these are great. You ready? Okay, you've got each one has a ton of them. Let's start with Mountain Dew.
Okay.
All right, so Mountain Dew is also known as Mountain Holler, Mountain Moondrops, Mountain Shoutin', which is great.
Well, like Mountain Shoutin'.
Mountain Maze, Country Mist, Mellow Yellow.
I think I've had Country Mist.
Mellow Yellow.
Mellow Yellow is a real
That's
thing.
a real
though.
brand.
That's another brand. That
I'm
was
just
the
saying
Coke.
that I don't know
Okay.
if this is what people
Knockoff.
call
If
it.
you like Mountain
It's
Dew,
also-
you'll like all of these.
It's also called Hee Haw.
I like Hee Haw.
Are these
Fountain
just
Mist.
other names for it? Or are these actual brands
Fountain
of
Mist.
knockoffs?
Fountain Mist is pretty great. Let's see.
I don't think these are actual knockoffs. These are like bad nicknames.
Doc Shasta.
Doc Shasta.
Doc
is like
Shasta?
Dr. Pepper.
For
yeah,
Dr.
Shasta,
Pepper.
Yeah, it was
For
a
Dr.
different
Pepper.
brand, and they had their own
I
Dr.
thought
Pepper
Shasta.
knockoff.
Well, I was going to say Shasta is its own thing.
Yeah, but it's like the cheap version of
Dr. Slurp. Who's drinking Dr.
Dude,
Slurp?
I will drink Dr.
Dude,
Slurp.
I'm gonna get me some Dr.
I
Slurp.
want Dr. Slurp.
I know.
That's like something off The Simpsons.
I'm whipping that when the boys come over the game. You boys, you like that? Yeah.
You want some Dr. Slurp?
You know what you're drinking right now?
No.
It's Dr. Slurp.
Dude.
You got anyway. Somebody's just
Hey, I do want to mention, too, speaking of things that people can buy, am I wearing this hat? It's the blue one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I just got this one in. I can't tell because, I'm wearing it. But I just got this one in. We have some more on the store online if you want to go check them out. We got the blue ones. Got a bunch in stock. We have people asking about them, so check them out. If you go to bigdandbubba.com, click on store on the top.
Great Cola.
Grape Cola.
Great.
Oh, Great Cola.
Great Cola is the Coca-Cola.
It was not great.
It was not great.
7-Up knockoffs. Crispy Up, Twist Up,
Crispy Up is terrible.
Sprite knockoffs. You got Sprint Lemon. Sprint Lemon.
How did they get away with that?
Sprint Lemon.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
I'd have
That's
tried to taken that one to court and probably won.
Fanta knockoff is Fanda. Fanda.
Wow.
First of all, who's knocking off Fanta? Like,
Do y'all like Fanta?
I'm
not a big fan of Fanta.
That's the orange, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of down. And I like orange drinks. When I'm having Mexican food, a lot of people are like, I got to have a beer and this and that. Man, I like orange drinks. Like,
Yeah,
the
I drink orange soda at night. It has to be,
yeah, those are fantastic.
It has to be Diet Crush or Diet, one of the knockoff brands, because Sunkist has caffeine in it. I don't like to drink caffeine after like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But so I like orange drinks.
It's because your body is such well
That's
trained.
right. No, very funny. But seriously, my mother drinks Diet Coke till like 9 o'clock at night and then sleeps. I don't understand how.
have
if I
coffee-
drink
I
Diet
have-
Coke at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm up till 2 a.m.
I will have coffee before bed.
I can't
And my
do that.
wife's like, how are you doing that?
Well, for one, Bubba, you don't sleep.
Well,
I
that
think we
also
just
could be
figured
part
out
of it.
why. Stop drinking coffee at night.
Man, I pulled up a list of the worst Halloween candies, and I actually like a lot of these.
Like what?
Do you guys remember the peanut butter kisses? They're coming in orange and black wrappers, and they're the same candy.
It's like Hershey's Kisses, but peanut butter?
but they're real ghetto, generic looking. They're just orange
orange
and
and
black.
black wrappers, and it was
Yeah.
just peanut
And
butter. It's just a blob of peanut
And
butter.
there's like
and it's like
some kind
really
of peanut.
chewy.
Yeah, it's chewy, and it's got
Those are
kind of.
good.
I know it's got peanut butter.
Yeah, those are great.
Product of some sort.
Yeah,
in
it's
it.
not really peanut
It's
butter.
I
not
like
peanut butter.
circus
It's like-
peanuts.
Circus peanuts.
Circus peanuts made the
Circus
list.
peanuts are
At
really.
number 2. Yeah, it's
I
the
love
worst.
those.
I can't
always like those.
stand them.
It's got a weird flavor. It's like licorice. I'm also a licorice fan, even black licorice.
Black licorice is number 10. Do you guys like good and plenties?
No.
I don't know what a good and plenty is.
Yeah, it's kind of an old thing. Tootsie Rolls.
I
Tootsie
don't eat
Rolls
a lot
are
of
all
Tootsie.
right.
I don't eat a lot of Tootsie Rolls.
You know what?
That's usually the candy
Tootsie
I
Roll
throw
is better
away.
than you remember.
It is. It is.
It's good, solid American candy.
Do you guys remember Mary Jane's?
Yep.
I love Mary
I
Jane's.
don't remember that.
Pull your
They're the
teeth
yellow
out, man.
with the red stripe around it. It's like old school, like really old school. What about the
old-timey?
wax cola bottles? They come in
I
Oh,
remember
when I was
different
a little
colors.
kid, I
They
used to
still
love
make
those.
those?
Yeah,
and the
you
wax
bite-
lips.
You bite them off and you drink the liquid and you chew it and then you get the thing in your lockjaw because you're
Like, what a weird thing for us to, we buy candy lips made out of wax.
yeah, it's great.
That's weird.
Do you guys like the was it Naco wafers?
Necco wafers.
Necco wafers?
Did they
They
still
still
make
make 'em.
those? I
Yeah.
think they were like going to discontinue it and somebody bought it just to keep making them.
I don't know.
It's like the oldest candy in America or something.
Smarties.
Oh, yeah. I love those.
Smarties.
Smarties
are
pretty good.
great.
They're
Are they
all
on the
right.
list for the worst candy?
Yeah. And the
Lies.
number. You guys know what the number one is?
Number one worst?
Yeah.
It's going to be candy corn, and I love candy corn too. So
Yes.
I knew it'd
candy
have
corn?
to be on there. All of my
Man,
favorites
Candy
seem
corn.
to be up there.
People hate on candy corn, but
Candy
candy corn is
All right, so
it's
I-
got its thing.
Yeah,
you know,
that's-
it's got its time and place like everything else.
Yeah, anywhere it's available, all the time. I love candy corn. It's kind of crumbly. It's
I can't
nice.
believe. Speaking of candy corn, this morning I said to Brad when he's in the studio, asking what he's going to go dressed up for Halloween, and I said, "You can go as a piece of candy corn." I was like, "Did I just say that?"
Yeah, you did.
I don't know if it made it on the air or not.
It did. People heard.
10 best Halloween candies, though. Number 10 is no way. It's down one spot. It was number 9 last year, and it's number 10 now. Guesses?
No.
Nerds.
I hate nerds.
Yeah, I used to like
Nerds.
nerds.
I've never.
It's too,
I don't
used
like.
to,
I
but
don't like
don't
sour
now.
stuff.
Yeah.
Number 9, as the best, is Butterfinger.
Yeah, Butterfinger is great.
Dude,
I have actually
Butterfinger.
turned
I'm
on
guessing
Butterfinger.
that it's going to be Milky Way, Snickers, Sour
I
Patch
turned on
Kids.
Butterfinger. Butterfinger to me is not what it used to be. I don't know why. I don't like the flavor. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's Butterfinger. I don't know. One of us has changed.
Number 8 is Hershey Bar.
I love Hershey. Dude,
Nothing
I
wrong
love
with Hershey Bar,
Hershey.
man.
No. Number 7 is Twix. I can get down with some Twix.
I'm not a Twix fan.
6 is Kit Kat.
Yep.
I like a Kit Kat. I can eat
Think
some
about it.
Kit
It's all your
Kats.
typical chocolate candies. You know, I mean,
5 is different. It's Sour Patch Kids.
I said that. Yeah.
Again, I don't do sour well. I don't like this face I make.
I
the
like
little.
Sour Patch Kids.
4 is Snickers. I like Snickers.
thought
but I
Snickers
feel
would have been
ill
higher
afterwards.
on the list.
Do you guys get sick feeling after you eat
Well,
a
it's
bunch?
because it's super. I mean, it's the.
The top three are
That
going
was
to
my
be Three
joke.
Musketeers,
All things kinda get that
Milky Way, and M&M's.
So Snickers is 4.
Yeah.
3 is
Reese's peanut butter cup
Oh,
or the pumpkins
I
are going to be
forgot
the
that.
best. The number one.
number 3 is Skittles. Skittles at number 3.
Where's M&M's on this
Number
list?
2 is M&M's.
Okay.
Number 1 is, of course, Reese's peanut
Wait,
butter
where
cups.
was Milky Way?
Not on there, man.
Okay, that's come on.
What Milky Way? Who's
The little
eating
Mr.
Milky
Good
Way?
bars. I like the
Milky Way
Mr.
is
Good
like a
bars.
Snickers with no peanuts. That's what it
Mister-
is.
What? You guys. Man, y'all got.
I did after they
Wrong.
after I watched that the Food That Built America thing, and they did the whole thing on all the candy companies and all. I went and I got old time candy bars, and I went through like Baby Ruths and Mr. Good bars and all these things that came out of the Great Depression, and I love those things. Like it, my 2 favorite candy bars now are Mr. Good bar and Baby Ruth. I never would have ate that ever. So like when you're on a road trip, and you have to stop for gas and to pee, you always grab something so you don't feel guilty for using their bathroom.
You stop to pee? I diaper up.
I have to, man.
I don't, man.
I
do not have
I have
time.
3 females in the car, and
Let's
nobody
roll.
wants to go at the same time.
Well,
so we stop
I
a
pee
lot.
when I get gas. That's it.
You guys ever had to pee so bad that you drank the rest of the water that you were drinking and peed in it in your seat in
not
your
no,
car?
but I
admitting-
have
I'm
done
not
it where
admitting to that.
I've put it out the window and spilled the water out. I had a fresh one of those styrofoam cups, like the big gulp type things.
Yeah.
and
You need a
I've
cup?
done. Yeah, dude.
Dude, one bad left turn and there's pee everywhere.
You
bro.
Okay.
And also,
One bad bump and there's
also-
pee everywhere.
Also, calm down with your. I needed a big cup for your. Okay, let's ease.
No, I pee a lot,
Okay.
Okay. All right.
dude.
All right, big guy.
I will tell you right now. 3 days
This
ago,
conversation
just
has really
3
gone
days
downhill.
ago, had to urinate.
Okay.
And I was standing behind my car with a water bottle,
Okay.
and I filled it up, and then I went into pinch-off panic mode. I'm like, what do I do now?
Let's go with Patrick with "Oh my God," and there he is with "Oh my God."
I miss
Everybody
Carson.
has to
Can I
go
say
to-
that? I don't know why Carson had to go.
Carson would be
Everybody
like,
goes to
monkeys.
these things.
We
These are
don't-
never
pee in
talked about
Connecticut.
moments,
No,
but these
you
are
wouldn't even
moments.
say this if she was in here.
You're right. We could respect. Well, she's not. So this is guy
This
time.
is what happens.
Do you know
Talking
that-
about peeing in bottles?
Do you know that 63% of Americans believe in the paranormal, but only 27% believe in Bigfoot existing?
It's crazy.
63%.
Bigfoot is real, by the way.
I'm going to say Bigfoot is real.
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
You ain't heard that on TikTok?
I have
Madden?
seen that on Nick Dyer. Nothing. You gotta be careful when you say that one.
I'm still, by the way.
What's that?
Yeah, because I almost said dig.
Yeah,
Never
I know,
mind.
I know, me too.
Because it sounds like it.
Big gulp.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
still in line.
I'm still
For my
going to tell.
PlayStation.
I'm still going to tell you all this. The scariest thing I've ever seen in my life was when I watched that video with Ghosts of Carmel, Maine on YouTube.
What happened? Like you were
He-
on fire for
Well,
that dude,
because
man.
I was his. Well, yes. Okay, so he is this guy. Ken is his name, and he bought this house in Carmel, Maine, and it's old and haunted. He's hearing voices, and then he would just go and start walking around with his phone, just walking around, going, "Hello, hello," and he would walk into rooms, and he would walk into rooms, and the one time he walked into his room, there was this black
A shape.
thing right on the top of his bed, and and then it just went phoom, and disappeared,
And like you see it actually move. Like it doesn't just poof and go away. It like runs and flies. Is that the one that went out the window?
no, that's a different one. He calls him Shadow Dude, and I'm telling you, it went straight to the core of my soul when I saw that. I've seen a bunch of that kind of stuff, and a lot of it's faked or can be faked, like Bubba's Tesla thing in the cemetery faked.
No.
Yes, it is. Okay, but it's not for you. But this one I can't figure out because I'm telling you, Ken, hello, it's not faking stuff. This is not CGI. He's not able to do that unless he's just, I don't know, maybe he's getting me. But
You know, it's interesting
It's on
because
YouTube.
now with everybody with cameras in their homes, you know, it used to be like baby monitors would pick up the sounds of things, but now we have so many people that have, you know, video setups in their nurseries. Everybody's got them nowadays, and they're picking up all kinds of strange things. Figures walking over, looking into the crib, and then walking past. It's like, what?
I know, and I know that stuff. Listen, I've seen Star
Patrick,
Wars.
didn't a dude die in your house?
I'm not participating in this conversation at all.
Why?
Guys, you know I don't like this stuff. You totally
Really?
lost me with all this. Yeah.
Oh.
Really?
I don't
You
mess
can't
with
You
even-
haven't heard that on TikTok or
Ghost,
nothing?
yep, I don't mess with the ghost stuff or nothing, man.
Well,
don't
I mean,
want-
I've
you're not
seen-
going to a seance. We're just talking about
I've
stuff.
seen
you like to talk
several
about it.
weird
I don't like
things,
to listen
man.
to you talk about it. When we do ghost stories on the air, I don't listen at all.
I check out too,
Yeah,
and I
can't-
have to
can't
be
even
here to
pay
answer the
attention to
phone.
that. I don't like to hear that stuff, man. It creeps me out.
I'll never forget the time. Bob and I, we were working late one night in the station that we were at. It was had glass windows all the way around it, and the windows would reflect, and it was dark outside and lights inside, and we were doing something about ghost things. Do you remember this, Bob?
Is this with the stand-up?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know. No.
And we're sitting there talking.
Oh, yes.
And we're talking about something like
yes.
scary, like we're doing now, and like I don't know, and it was just kind of, it was nobody
just
in the building,
Just the two of us.
and all of a sudden, I guess I got some kind of really good, like realistic look on my face, and I look past him and I go, we're talking about some little girl, weren't we?
Yeah, and he said,
I go,
don't turn around or something stupid.
and I'm like, oh my God. And he lost his Cheerios.
Dude. I really,
He uttered something out. It sounded like, I think I TikTok. It
You
sounded like
haven't
this.
heard that on TikTok or nothing?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what came out of my mouth. I'm like, what
We're talking about
is
the old
behind me?
studio.
Yeah.
But I mean, we
double-
were on the 5th floor, so it's not like somebody was standing
No, I
outside
knew it
the
wasn't
window.
somebody. I was thinking it's something because, I don't know, we were in the middle of telling all these ghost stories,
Oh,
and all of a
that's good.
sudden he got this weird look and looked not at me, off to the side.
He got-
Like that one friend with
He
the
got the
wandering
thing,
eye,
man.
and you go, well, what is he
Vaguely
looking?
related to that. You remember we were live on the air one morning, and all of a sudden you hear, donk, and there's a guy washing the windows, standing out right there, like he appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I
Spider-Man.
still remember that. Thinking,
Yeah.
oh my
No,
gosh,
that was
there's
a
a
good
person.
Okay, so you have to understand, like, I used to see ghosts all the time. Okay, radio stations in general, because of the RF, which is radio frequency,
gosh. You're
there
just
is a
making it
lot.
up.
There is a lot of electrical energy going on around a radio station. There just is around radio
Yeah,
towers.
that's a fact.
You should call. You should call Mark. Mark Mitchell.
Yeah, I will. Hang on.
It's the best. Mark.
It's this is real, man.
Bubba saw a. I don't want to steal his story, but I will because he's calling Mark. I would. My phone's being used. Bubba saw a. He walked up these stairs to go to the studio in the middle of. Everyone was gone for the day, and he's walking up. There's nobody in the building, and there's a man in a fedora with a jacket, and he's standing at the top of the stairs. And Bubba
Before
stops,
fedoras were cool.
and they're still not cool. And he stopped. Bubba stops, obviously, like you would. And the guy turns and looks at. Did he look in your eyes?
Yeah, he looked directly at me.
Looked straight in his eyes and went. Disappeared.
Yeah. Is he not picking up?
No,
I sent him a
because
message that says calling you from the studio. Maybe he'll get that. And
He
pick
might
up.
be in a meeting. He's in that world. They have meetings
Mark and
all the
I.
time.
The reason I want to call him is that Mark and I have had several paranormal experiences in radio stations that I
Because they're
can't.
full of RF.
Because I can't explain it. Doors that locked, that had electric locks, that would. Yeah.
Like electronic locks that you can't.
You couldn't open it, and it opened. And there was no, and I'm telling you,
He says he's on a conference call.
Yeah.
well, he's lame. Tell him D says you're lame. Tell him
Never mind.
Tell him we're telling Charlie stories.
D says you are lame.
And Charlie says hi. Happy Halloween.
I wish one of these ghosts would get me a PlayStation 5. I'm still in line.
Anyway,
Stupid ghost with the lease.
y'all doing Halloween parties?
Yep.
I'm going to Tracy's party. That's going to be
Tracy
my
Lawrence?
gosh.
Yeah.
Big girl, man, from the Floribama is coming up and performing.
I think you said she's a
Big
big
girl.
girl.
No, not
That's
Big
what I
Girl.
heard too. Big girl.
Big Earl, who is famous for playing at the Floribama.
What is he, a singer?
He's a singer, and he's great, actually. He's a great singer, but he sings. Don't pull up any of his stuff. It's all of his songs are very inappropriate.
Okay.
Oh, they're
You know,
bar songs.
They're
Party songs.
extremely
To get the
inappropriate.
people laughing.
I think his band is called the Sexual Biscuits. I think that's the name of his Big Earl and the Sexual Biscuits, or something like that.
Okay.
And I've seen him a couple of times at the Floribama, and it's great. And so Tracy actually hired this guy to come perform at his Halloween party, and it's going to be awesome.
Does Tracy have a stage? Like a stage
Oh, they're
show?
setting up a stage, and I think there might be a tent in case it rains. Like it's a big deal.
Well,
It's also
Trace-
his wife's birthday is like today or tomorrow. So
Will Tracy get up and sing something?
he might get up and sing, but it's his party, so maybe not. You know, might get up and sing one song.
It's kind of weird, I would think.
Yeah. It's all his friends, so it's not like, okay, you guys want to hear me sing Time Marches On? No,
Nah, not really.
Not really. We've seen it. No, I mean,
no.
I would, but I'm not gonna. Of course.
I mean, it's
he's
still
there. It's his
cool.
party. And by the way, he's gonna be dressed as Al Bundy, and his wife is dressing as Peg Bundy.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
My wife is dressing as a Nashville bachelorette party, and I'm going to be.
She's going to be the whole party?
She's gonna be the bride.
Yeah.
But she's visibly pregnant,
Oh.
so it's funny.
She's gonna be a Nashville woo
Woo
girl.
Yeah. And then I'm going to be the fat, ugly bridesmaid because there's always one. And
You
they're
should-
very
you
seldom
should
as
just
fat
get-
or as ugly as me.
You should just get like other extra heads on you, and you're the whole
I'll
party.
give you the whole, no, that's too much work.
She's
man.
the
I'm gonna
bachelorette
put
on
a
the
wig
party.
on.
Bachelorette party.
I'm going to put a wig on, and I'm going to wear an ugly shirt that says Bride Squad or something like that.
Does Vivica ever ask you to dress up in the bedroom?
No, that has never happened. Thank God.
It's
I was
actually
married
just
to you,
put clothes on.
I was going to say, Baba beat me to my joke. That
Sorry,
rascal.
man.
That's
Sorry, I was just sitting here
Okay.
sniping from the
That's what
back
we
over
do.
here. Hey, put
Mark
clothes
wrote back,
on.
LOL, Charlie, I am lame. So there you go. He is, at least he knows.
Yeah, we went to I've told us many times, but we were at this radio transmitter site in the desert, and the
You, Danny
engineer,
Fogel.
me, Danny, and
And
Mark, and the engineer Charlie had died actually on site there.
Had a heart attack.
Yeah, and Danny was talking to us at dinner that he said sometimes I would be at the transmitter site and I'll hear someone knocking on the door of the transmitter site. Transmitter site, it's like I wasn't real big. It was.
It's a little building in the middle of the desert. It's
Yeah.
like, there's nothing around it.
Yeah, you've seen them. You know what we're talking about. And he said he would look out the window and no one's there at the door as it's knocking.
And he would be standing there looking out, and
looking
there's
out.
nothing.
He's right there, standing inside, looking out the window. So I was like, well, dude, let's go. Let's go out there after dinner. Bubba's
And I was like, nope.
I'm gone.
Drop me off at the hotel. I'm good.
I'm going to go get me some ice cream and go to the hotel room and, do what I do. And so we went out there, and they used to have the studios there, broadcasting from there. That's golly. Can
Which
you
is the
imagine?
way, like, back in the old days, that's how AM stations were. You always broadcast from the tower,
I can't imagine the radiation
Dude.
that everyone, the
Which is
old
what
radio guys
attracts
had.
the ghosts.
It does. That RF, man, radio frequency.
That's how the Ghostbusters were able to put them in the traps,
That's
too.
exactly right. Anyway, so I go in there and I'm walking around, and it's the old studio, turntables, the microphones, all kind of hanging down.
And it all looked, see, I haven't been there, but I've seen the pictures. It all
exactly.
looked like somebody just finished an air shift and went, okay, cool, and turned the microphone off and walked away.
It looked like
For
it
the
was,
next person.
It looked like it was like they were going to film a movie there. It was staged, dust,
Frozen in time.
yes, like cobwebs, the whole thing.
Chernobyl. Everybody had to bail out.
So they're kind of hanging out in the front. I'm just kind of walking. It was like a donut, and so in the middle was storage, and it had glass wall, mirrored. We're talking about the mirror when it's dark.
Yeah, glass when
it's.
it's dark. Whatever the bright area is, you see the reflection of what's in the room.
So I'm kind of walking around. I'm seeing and I get about halfway around it, and I'm looking, and I get this weird vibe, like a really weird, like I get the spook.
Something's not right.
Something's not right. And I meet up with Danny and Mark at close to the front, and Danny's fiddling with a light switch, one of those old light switches, and I'm like, dude, he goes, it was off. I can't remember if it was off or on, either way, but I'm like, you really need to get that looked at, because if it's not working, that could be a fire hazard, because this is old wiring and stuff. He goes, yeah, you're right. So we're not standing anywhere near it, and the switch now. And I said, well, why don't you ask Charlie? I said, Charlie, will you just turn the lights out, please?
1,000, 2,000.
About 3 Mississippi, man. Click.
Nobody's standing by it.
I've never experienced anything like
And
that.
not only did it just click, it was the switch moved.
Yeah, switch moved.
And they could hear the switch actually.
Yep, could hear it go click. It goes loud. It's one of the old ones. Those like it has resistance and then it doesn't.
And yeah, it snaps.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's Patrick kind of checking out.
I'm not paying attention at all.
So when we
bolted.
talk about airplanes or ghosts, I'm finding these are the things. And UFOs,
Oh, man.
you check out on
Airplanes,
all
ghosts,
those.
and UFOs. I have nothing
How are
to
we
add.
friends?
We still have
I mean,
other stuff. I just,
no,
man, y'all get going, and I'm just.
He does not like it when we
totally
talk
going.
about airplanes, ghosts.
I just have no interest in airplanes or
hot
UFOs. Ghost, I don't want to talk about at all. That's
The
very
Guam
funny.
thing
You're
with the little
hilarious.
girl that I've told it on the podcast before. I've told it on the air before. That one, that was the freakiest thing I'd ever seen because
Always a little girl. You notice that? It's always
it
an old
was
man
it was the
or a
guy's
little girl.
little sister.
He had
And it was
died.
crazy. He had passed away. It was like the anniversary. It wasn't Halloween, or it was the anniversary of his passing, and they have like a celebration of life a year later, and they remember that person, and say another goodbye kind of thing, and toast, and do the whole thing, and have a party. Like there's food everywhere and all. It was weird, man. And the little sister kept crying. She was coming down the hall, and The family is, the mom is kind of going into hysterics. The grandma is like, look, let's go. And she tells Daryl, my bud, go in there. And so I follow him in there, and
it was his bedroom that was never
his bedroom.
changed.
Everything was exactly like they left it, like the day he died. And went in there, and she said that he wanted, above the bed is like some built-in shelving and like cabinets, and the doors, instead of opening out like you would like in a kitchen, they slid, so it was little sliding compartments. And she said he wants that open. She can't reach it. She's a little girl. Daryl goes, tries to pull it. Nothing. He's like, dude, can you try? So I get up there. I try. Nothing. The two of us were both pulling on this thing. Can't get it. And she said, he wants me to do it. And dude, I'm going to get, picked her up. Daryl picked her up. And she goes up to the thing, goes, whoop, and just slides it open like nothing. Ah! Tell them Large Marge.
Large Marge sent you.
I hate that so much. Radio company president died of a heart attack today because his friends are jerks.
Well, you've been big into the whole president thing lately, I've noticed.
That's what it says.
I'm a fan of it. I like it.
You haven't heard that one takes off for nothing?
What's that? Ooh, watch out. There's something behind you.
It's weird. I know we're ghost free
all
here.
This.
I know we're ghost free here, but I've slept here before. I've spent the night at our studios.
Do you hear anything?
The building, as temperatures, cool down, the building will contract and expand and do weird things. And you'll hear the what I'm talking about. You'll hear the back stairwell kind of go, dong.
Yeah.
And it does
randomly,
weird things.
It sounds like somebody's walking on the stairs outside, but they're not.
Yeah, you don't hear footsteps. You just hear the dong. And the building kind of makes some noises. This is an old building, but I know for sure we are ghost free in here because before the studios were built, when it was still just drywall and things like that, Big D and his wife and who else came and wrote, there's scriptures behind all the stuff in the wall. There are scriptures literally embedded and written into the walls. Like protection, man. We're like, we don't want no ghosts.
Until you start talking about ghosts, and then they show up.
We played at a place. We
inviting
worked at a place that literally they had a morgue. It was an old.
Oh, the Garrity building.
The Garrity building. Dude, you would see the craziest stuff. There was this. There is this little Indian head thing, like artifact, and it's like a drawing. But dude,
yeah, old man Foster had it.
I would
all
walk
that
through,
stuff collected.
I would walk through and be
they
like,
still have all that
it's
stuff.
following me. It's really weird.
Yeah, I think they're putting it. I think it's going to go into. They're going to do some sort of museum thing with it. They need
should.
to.
It's amazing stuff. The
Get
artifacts,
it out of that
the mammoth,
haunted
and all
hallway.
that. Yeah,
and then hey, Bob, Patrick, and then they want to go do like the Christmas or party or the Thanksgiving.
Let's all go down to the basement.
Into the basement.
The basement was the morgue.
Oh, and it smells funky. Blech. It's got like that. It kind of smells like your old elementary school cafeteria, but with a little formaldehyde.
I went to a church in where was I? In Smithville, and as soon as I walked in, it had that. You know what I mean, like the old church smell.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to describe it.
It's kind of like, it's kind of like
it's
books,
like old books,
and cleaner.
Yeah,
it's kind of like.
I'm not saying it was dirty or it smelled like dark. No, it's got a distinct
institutional smell. Everyone's school, your third grade smelled like it.
Institutional is a very good word because that's what it was. Everybody knows that smell.
Yeah, sometimes every once in a while I'll do the same thing. I'll walk into somewhere and I'll be like, Miss Johnson's class 19 whatever. Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry to scare you, man.
Hey, it is. Whatever.
That was
I'm
really
part of the
funny.
course now.
No,
and you got it on film?
Honestly,
I said film.
I apologize.
You got it on video?
I do. I'm really sorry. I know that you're not into that.
We need to tweet out
until he does it again next week.
I just want you to know that I'm sorry.
No, that's nice.
He's sorry for this one.
I'm really sorry.
Are you sorry for all the prior ones?
I am, Bubba. I'm very sorry. I want to just tell you that.
Okay.
And you should be fine.
Yeah. You're freaking me out, man. Can we stop
Was
now?
he looking off to the side?
Yes. I looked past him like someone's coming up.
So the worst here in our studio, because I'm surrounded with all these computer monitors, Big D has done this before. He said, "Oh, I'll see you later, man. All right, cool." And I'm still in here doing some editing or finishing up some post-production stuff, and I'm surrounded by all this light. The rest of the room is dark.
Yeah, you can't
Over by
see-
the door, you can't see. So I couldn't see him. He's standing there in the door frame, like he acts like he's walking out, and I don't see him. So now in this dark spot is where he is, and he'll sit there for 10 minutes.
Oh man, I'm all in.
He will sit
I
there
don't mess.
like he's Sully from Monsters Inc. He's
Don't
like,
mess.
I'm gonna get the
Yes.
scream.
You know, either you're doing it or you're not. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're here. You might as well be legit.
And I'll just be sitting in here, and 10 minutes later, after he left, he's like, "Hey, Bubba." I'm like, "What? What?"
Hey, Patrick's in there. I mean, he's in there.
He gave up on us.
Yeah, he's crying a little bit. We have Kleenex in here, don't we?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, we got Kleenex in there if you
I
want
have Kleenex in here.
Yeah, if you need some, buddy. You good? You all right?
I'm not crying.
You all right?
I'm just annoyed, and this isn't fun anymore.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Hey, I will tell you what's
have a great
cool.
Halloween.
Cody Johnson has a new album called Human. If you're listening on the audio version of the podcast, that interview is coming up after the closing jingle. If you're watching on YouTube, sorry. We just don't have a way to include it on the end, but we'll go ahead and do that here now.
But you know what? We're so glad that you are listening.
Yes.
Patrick, what's that?
And spread the word. Let people know that you like our podcast. And
Yes.
subscribe, hit the bell, the whole thing, all that stuff. Give us 5-star ratings, all the best of the best. That way it helps the algorithms.
That's right. It does. Oh God! Did I get you? Didn't get you. Okay.
You haven't heard that on TikTok or nothing?
This was the podcast, but now it's over. But that's okay, because you can listen to the regular show on the
TikTok or nothing.
radio.
TikTok and
Every day.